I want to read Hebrews 7:19. Are you following me so far? Okay, I'm trying to talk very slowly because I am a fast talker. So, reading in verse, for the law made nothing perfect. It made nothing perfect, but the bringing in of a better hope did, by that which we draw nigh unto God. So see, that law back there made nothing perfect. It just basically covered the things that you did on a daily basis. You got to go to the priest. If you did some things wrong, you brought your sacrifices, and that was how it was handled. Okay? That's what happened. But then we see that somehow Abraham, in James 2:3, this is said about Abraham. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Okay? He was called the friend of God. So God recognized something in Abraham that was different than, hey, you just got to do these things and we'll be good. Abraham actually had a relationship with God. It wasn't because he sacrificed things here and there that made him right with God. It was that he believed God. In his heart, he believed God. Now, I know that all of the Israelites, when they went to the temple and they had these sacrifices made, believed that that particular action would cleanse them from the sin that they had already done. But it didn't change their heart. It just cleansed them that they could have another day and walk in the holiness of God and be called his people. So there was something about Abraham that in his heart, he believed God. Not that he believed that this bullock would cleanse him, but he believed in God's promises that he gave to Abraham. That's what changed the whole scenery. You believe me? You're my friend. How many friends do you have that don't believe anything you say? Zero. You don't have friends that don't believe you. Why would you call them friends? You wouldn't. You might call them acquaintances at best, possibly enemies. So that was Abraham. Then we've got David. Now David, he was full-blown in the Aaron priest system. He was full-blown, you got to go do this, you got to go do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. But David sat out on the hills and on the lands of Israel with his sheep. The youngest of a bunch of probably big-time bros, good warriors and all that kind of stuff. And he was out with the sheep. And we see all the way through Psalms what his relationship looked like with God. He loved God. It wasn't that he cleansed him, from the sins of his body or of his actions, he just loved God, and he sang to God, and he loved God, and he said, "You're amazing." He looked at the stars, he goes, "Whoa, this is my God made all this." He watched the habits of the sheep and goes, "Oh, my God made this." He watched the bear and the lion and had faith to believe that God would keep him safe to slay those bears and those lions for the sheep. And God says, "This is a man after my own heart."